This is the third time I've done this, and this time is very special because, unlike the other two times we did this, and if we go back in history 5 years when we first started it, some of these kids and their parents took a leap of faith with an idea that Carrie and I had. At that point, the only physical attribute that we had was an application that was approved by the state of New Jersey for this school. There were a lot of bricks that we had to lay, there was a lot of battles we had to fight, there was a lot of things that got us to here today. And in a way, it's a metaphor for what you guys have been doing. And any good idea that you have, anything that you work for, any talent that you have, only really comes to fruition with dedication, hard work, and just going out and doing it. And the fabric of your lives is ever interwoven with the fabric of our lives in this school. This is a very unique situation. These kids came to us in the 8th grade. We were sitting in a little room in Ocean City. We were having our little lottery, and we didn't have a school. As it turns out, we didn't have a school that year. But we persevered, you persevered, and what you've accomplished for us has just fulfilled our purpose. And I just want to thank you for all the things you've done. So, my only tidbits of advice for you. As you walk on the path of life, just make sure you walk a couple of those miles in other people's shoes. It's more important what's in your heart than what car's in your garage.
All right.
And just constantly work on removing the gap between who you are and what you do. God bless you. Thanks.
You can tell from my voluminous notes that mine will be long and smart. At least I hope so. All right, let me begin by saying congratulations. I realize you worked very hard. There were days when you weren't sure this moment would ever come. When you woke up this morning, you breathed a big sigh of relief. And right now, you're sitting there feeling very proud. Way to go, parents. And way to go, teachers. Graduates, let's give these grown-ups a round of applause. Okay, you are gathered here today, graduates, for the opening act of your future. The rest of us are here as extras and props. Our role is to give you a few words of wisdom to travel into the future with. And this is not very easy. Even though we're grown up, even though we've had lots of experience, we cannot predict the future. Imagine you lived in the early 20th century when automobiles were first being introduced to the mass market. Like others who lived at that time, you would have compared the horse and buggy, which you were familiar with, to the car, and you would have envisioned faster and more frequent trips to market, thereby enriching local businesses. You would have compared the horse and buggy to your car, and you'd say, hey, I can make more regular visits to my relatives, thereby strengthening family bonds and solidifying family values. No more horse patties in the street. Maybe switching to cars will make our cities cleaner. And of course, like everyone else, you'd have predicted no more good sales for horse and buggy whips. Now those old timers were right about the buggy whip, but that's about it. If you lived back then, you would never have envisioned shopping malls, made possible by the introduction of cars. Instead of enriching local businesses, shopping malls pretty much put mom and pop businesses out of business.
Welcome. I can still remember my first day at Charter Tech. I walked into the small one-hallway school and was surrounded by 161 new and very different faces. I was nervous. How was I going to meet all these people? What if they didn't like me? I just wanted to return to the safety of the familiar. I pleaded with my parents to let me return to Ocean City High School, but they would not allow me to transfer. So I stayed at Charter Tech, and soon the 161 unfamiliar faces became my friends. Very few of those faces are still with us today. Some have graduated in earlier years, but most have faded into the distance. So here today stands the last original class of Charter Tech on Poplar Avenue. We have come so far. We have built friendships and memories that would never have been possible at any other school. We have come into our own and formed a bond that no other person can understand. Now when I think about my first week at Charter Tech, I thank my parents with all my heart for making me stay. And I cannot believe that it's all over. No more memos and hall passes or permission slips. No more lunch tickets and crazy lunch ladies. What is it? Oh. No more leaky roofs and cracked floors. We're on our own now, and I know that my time at Charter Tech has been nothing less than life-changing. So as you enter into the next confusing and long chapter of your lives, don't be afraid. Embrace all the opportunities that you encounter. They have taught us well, and we are more than ready to make names for ourselves in the world. When you feel as though you want to hide inside your memories and return to the safety of the familiar, remember your first day at Charter Tech, and you will know that anything is possible. Finally, I would like to thank my mother, because literally without her, none of this would be possible. Congratulations.
I always forget how strange it is to see people's parents. You look at them, and you hang out with them, and you know this totally different side of them, and then there are their parents, nicely dressed, crying over them. Oh, well. This is sort of like... The microphone's attacking me. This is sort of like a funeral, because Charter Tech now no longer exists. I mean, I'm not there, so I know it exists, but I don't see it. It's like the food in the refrigerator when you shut your door. I mean, I think it's still there, but I don't really know. But anyway. So, since Charter Tech is over for me, I suppose I should start by apologizing. I'm very, very sorry for never being where I was supposed to be. And I promise that one day I'll learn to respect bells, except I'll never have to listen to bells again unless I go to jail. And I'm not planning on that. I would also like to thank some very lovely people. I would like to thank Sarah for always being my best friend and always being there for me. I would like to thank Aaron for being my other best friend, and Charlie McGill, who's sitting there, so I thought I should thank him. And of course, I want to thank Miss Boat. Because without Miss Boat, I would never know how much I love math and physics, which is what I'm going to major in college, probably. So I owe her a great deal. Especially since I always thought I wouldn't be able to do math, and now I can. And let me think, I have something else to say. Oh, yes. I'll never forget all of the lovely people I've met here who have been, in their own way, really special. And I think that I'll always remember them fondly, especially especially Miss Greenlee, who was always there when I needed to talk. Thank you very much.
In her acceptance speech for Best Actress, Nicole Kidman said, "Art is important because you believe in what you do and you honor that, and it's a tradition that needs to be upheld." With those simple words, this one actress was able to sum up the magnitude of the importance of arts in our lives. The arts are one of the most profound statements of the human spirit. The arts allow us to certify that we exist. The arts are a unifier between every culture. The arts are found throughout all history and are a truly beautiful and perpetual constant. No matter what state the world is in, no matter how turbulent the times, there are always the arts to uplift and remind us of the many joys we are fortunate enough to behold. And as students who are privileged to attend the Performing Arts High School, we, above many others, have developed a fine privilege, appreciation, for the arts in all their forms. This school has given us the opportunity to make the arts a daily part of our lives and to fully immerse ourselves into the art form of our choosing. And yet, we were able to sample a taste of the other art forms as well. I'm coming away from this school with a full appreciation for the dedication of our actors and actresses, but I also come away with a great awe for our dancers who practice their craft for hours on end. I admire our vocal department for some of the amazing talents I've heard there, and our musical department for their creative spirit, our TV department for their service to the arts and their great abilities. Charter Tech has enabled its students to become incredibly well-rounded, and to be able to express the arts and to live them every day is what makes us so truly privileged. Thank you.
Christine's award is for being the senior instructor of the junior dance program and dance CEO. Ryan Goldbacher. Ryan, the award is for composer and CEO instrumental.
That's my boy.
Composed the soundtrack for one of our movies, Who Goes There, which is the purchased by Miramax Pictures.
Joy Jackson. Kasulis, director and CEO of Theater Arts. Lauren McGill, director and CEO of Vocal. Tim Mooney, producer of Wasted Lives and Susan. William Jesse Schlosser, director, CEO, TV. Arthur Smith III, producer, National Headliners Award Project. Robert Spears, editor, feature film, Who Goes There, which has been renamed to Incident at Blood Gorge. Thank you, Art. Congratulations. At this time, I would like to ask Allison Zimmer, one of the students from our vocal department, to perform a musical selection, Tried on My Own.
My friend Misty.
Joseph Acansado, Theater Arts.
Yeah.
I'd like to invite Mr. Michael Barnell, past board member, to award his daughter's diploma. Anna Louise Barnell, instrumental music. Charles Ryan Goldbach. Candace Victoria Greeley, television.
They're done.
Barbara and Hutchinson.
They're done. They'll just randomly film people.
Jason Philip Johnson, television. Lauren Sarah McGill, vote.
William Smith III,